listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's The Sing-Off After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's The Sing-Off After Show.
Hey everybody, we're live.
And we're back.
Hey. It is the Sing-Off Season 4, Episode 1. I cannot tell you how excited we are. I am joined in the studio by
Stephen Bottomley
and Kimlai, Yingling. And I am Tamara Berg. We have Marissa Serafini in the booth with us.
What's up,
Holy
guys?
cats,
Hi.
we are so excited to be here. It's been a very long 2-year wait. We've watched the winners of last season, Pentatonics, go through their upward trajectory in the last 2 years.
and then 2 years of yelling every time we could. Bring it back.
Bring it back. Yeah,
there was
Steve,
a
you and I
major
got
tweet.
some. Yeah, we got some guff for doing that, but
Really?
it worked. Yeah.
Yeah, we would
Oh, I
get.
didn't-
We were obnoxious.
Well, we
It's
get
true.
feedback of it. It's not part of the show you're on.
Yeah, but we loved the Sing-Off so much that we really wanted to be back. And I've missed you.
I know. You know what? I was just going to say that this show is what brought us together on AfterBuzz and what brought me here to AfterBuzz. And so it's so funny that it went away for a while, and so did we. And then it's what is bringing us back together.
I know.
How amazing is that?
We were actually all together on Sunday at an event, and we were talking about the fact that it was an event. It was a happening.
Yes.
It was a scenario and a
your
situation.
event.
It was my event. TamaraCentral.com. Check out my jewelry. But we were all together talking to another friend of ours, and the fact that last season we all used to sit together, watch the show live with the rest of you, drink wine and eat chocolate together.
Yep.
And then do, the semi-buzzed AfterBuzz. And so we were talking about how that was going to be part of our plan for this season, and we were going to do an ultra buzz.
Right.
AfterBuzz. Steve and I did watch together. You couldn't hang out with us
I didn't,
before.
so I'm the only sober one.
You
This
are.
is such a bummer. And I was practicing so I could keep up with you guys. I have been practicing like you would not believe.
We feel it's our duty to put the buzz in AfterBuzz.
Absolutely.
That's what we'll do.
There's a huge kind of groundswell of support for this show.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of inside information that the reason why it didn't come back a year ago was, just conflicts within it always happens with the production group. And there's a new production group who has brought this show back this year. It's Mark Burnett, who is also producing lots of other things.
Yeah.
And The Voice specifically. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But he's obviously a production powerhouse and was able to bring the show back to NBC. Interesting, one of the things is that they only have 10 groups. Last season we had 20. It was a bit, difficult and tenuous trying to keep everything together and
were
remember
20?
there were
Before.
20.
Wow. Yeah.
Last
Okay, it was
season
before. It was-
started with
'Cause
20
even
groups.
10 seems big when you watch
I know. And this is really consolidated into a special kind of format. We've got 3 shows this week, 3 shows next week, and the finale.
And then, yep.
So it's it's a different kind of format from the way we've done it before, but they're hearkening back to season 1 and season 2, keeping it kind of within the Christmas special theme.
I like it.
Do you?
I actually like this. It makes me feel like, what we're coming together to do is like it's I call it our holiday special.
It
We're back
is.
for a holiday special, and it's an event, and we're coming in for our 2 weeks. The show's 2 weeks, and then we're done.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
well,
I
and
gotta buy
I
more
love
gifts.
it.
you do. You're behind. You don't have anything for
Like,
me. I'm pretty
more
sure.
for me to do at holiday time.
Well, and now
is
I'm
buy
back,
you
so
gifts.
hi, you put me back on that
Yay.
list.
Yeah, Kimlai needs to be on the
Woot.
list too. Yeah.
You know what? I did like the season long thing, and getting
Before?
getting to know everything and having it kind of because although it's nice for the time, it feels a little rushed.
this season.
Yeah.
I mean, I tend to agree with you. I do like that the consolidated season makes it a little more energetic.
Right.
Some people might say rushed or frenetic.
If I knew what frenetic meant.
I would say that it presents some particular challenges trying to get the three of us, a producer and AfterBuzz, all together so that we can see and evaluate.
Yeah,
and just a programming note on that we are actually going to break down Wednesday and Thursday's episode on Friday.
Okay.
Yes.
So as far as next week goes, we still haven't been able to figure out that schedule yet. Because we don't rank high enough in the press world to get screeners.
We're actually just doing this for us.
Yeah,
We needed something to do.
It's going to be a hard pull to do it live right after. It's just
right. As much as I loved doing that, especially with the synergy that we had, it's really just so hard schedule wise. So we're going to do our best to cover as much as we can for you guys, for the fans. We love the show as much as you do. Every chance any of us got to talk about it over the last 2 years, we did. Especially me. I was kind of a loudmouth about it. So really happy that it's back, and we know that you guys are too.
Me too. Yeah.
So let's talk about the hosts. We've got my boyfriend Ben Folds still on this season. We're very happy about that.
my boyfriend Sean.
Your boyfriend Sean Stockman.
And my girlfriend Jewel.
Right.
Wow. Why do I always get the lesbian card?
Come on.
I always get that. That is horrible.
Hot.
Her and her snaggletooth.
Yeah, I know. That was funny
so
how she
cute.
talked about that.
I thought she had kind of a rough start.
Do you?
Just a little.
Just a little. Because I think she wanted to kind of play the outside the Beltway card sort of thing.
Yes. Right, because the other two guys have done 3 seasons. They're coming into their 4th season together. They just keep rotating the girl.
But to her credit, she got out of that quickly enough.
Yes.
Agree.
Well, you even said when her first comments were coming up when we were watching it live, you said, "Oh, good God, that outsider card is going to get really old really fast." Yeah. And luckily, she didn't stick with it for very long.
No.
See, I think she's a good enough performer too. I mean, she knows.
Yes.
I'm sure she could feel it a bit. I wasn't thrilled when she made the comment about herself, and I'm bringing the snaggletooth to America. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? It's
right.
like she's been around for so long. Everyone knows that tooth is there.
Right.
It's like you don't even notice it.
No.
Well,
I don't know.
she's
beautiful.
I didn't like this. She started it off like that.
Just being self-deprecating. Well, of course,
That
the
was
reason
really
to do that is
that was
because
a mean self-deprecation.
Well, but the reason she was doing it was to lower expectations so that she could beat everybody's expectations. I mean, that's why you do that. But yeah, I would have preferred her coming in strong because she is strong. She's a strong, incredibly talented, beautiful performer.
Yeah,
and
I think she's got a sweet
she'd
spot.
Stand up right just like that.
Absolutely.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you.
And Ben, I don't know. He should do Crest commercials. His teeth are so. That's the first thing I noticed. They're so perfect and so white. I was like, whoa, wow. And what happened? I don't know. I think he gets more attractive as he gets older.
Isn't that nice? Well, and and Sean, and great looking,
him.
and he's the clothes horse.
Yeah, I do like him a lot.
We had, for anybody who didn't watch our last season series, we had the great privilege of going to the finale last season. Met the entire cast, had a fabulous time. We have lots of goofy pictures, most of them of me, the goofy ones, and just had an incredible time. Now this season has all been shot already, so we do not have the opportunity to go to the finale, and they kept it really under wraps. So sorry, we're just revealing it as you guys learn it, and we're not going to have any great spoilers or any great footage, but we might be able to get some interviews. One of the Acousticats is following me on Twitter. Thank you. And
he replied last night. He said, "Don't you worry, Tamara." Why am I talking with an accent? Are they from Australia?
They
no.
are.
Oh, whoa. Oh, yes,
Absolutely.
no. Okay, well they are right now.
In fact, there's a caveat in their writer. You do have to use
you have to, anytime you speak about them,
Anytime.
you have to use an accent.
They said, I saw them on your Twitter feed, and they were like, "Don't you worry, we'll be there."
That's
We're
not
pretty
Australian.
excited and they're from Kentucky, by the way. So
Really? Are you sure?
Oh,
we're going to talk about that when we get to them. Steve calling me out already.
Okay.
So anyway, the last thing I wanted to say about that was just, because we were on the red carpet and we have all these goofy moments and pictures, and this happens every time we interview somebody on AfterBuzz, I kind of feel like we're all friends, and like we could just call them at any point. Of course we can't, but it's like,
Yes,
I
we
remember
can.
that time when we were hanging out on the red carpet and you and I were making a Sean Stockman sandwich, and it was hilarious.
He's so cute.
They're all fantastic, and that's all we're going to say about the host for right now. Yeah.
Okay, but Nick, I'm going to do this.
Oh, right,
It's
Nick, of
Lachey.
course.
Did he? When he came out hosting, I'm just, wow, he got so much better.
Yes.
I remember we commented about that.
Yes, we were
I am
constantly
not
commenting
kidding.
about how I think that part of it, or a lot of it
Wow.
last season, was that his writing was so cliche and very cheesy. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think he was kind of doing the best that he could with it. So I think the writing was so much better. He seemed much more comfortable this season, right?
So natural. Like he wasn't reading the prompter.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like totally connecting. It was like, wow.
Well, I think the format takes a lot of heat off of him.
Meaning?
Last year he
Elaborate.
had to carry for a full season.
Right.
He had to, and so there was a lot more opportunity
Okay.
to see Nick.
He had to talk a whole lot more, essentially.
There was just a lot
Yeah.
more for him to do. Now since they've compressed it, they were only starting with 10 groups.
Yes.
And they're gonna. So, although I will say he is a lot more relaxed.
He really is.
He
not
said
trying.
ass.
Well, was he talking about you? What?
I was just surprised. I just was wow. I mean, I just feel like he's taking so many risks, and I loved it.
Yeah, I thought he was. I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you.
This is why we're together.
So
the three of us.
it's a big love fest, and we all love the Sing-Off. Okay, so the other thing that we want to talk to our fans about is thank you for downloading us on iTunes. All the AfterBuzz shows, we have a huge repertoire of shows. I think they were doing 46 a week now.
Oh wow.
There's 25 million a day downloads.
Downloads. I mean, that's
amazing.
pretty
That's insane.
incredible. So we're really thankful that you do that. Do download, rate, and comment. It really helps us out so that we can continue doing this kind of programming for you. That's a little bit of the red wine talking. And we appreciate it. Also, write us comments on YouTube if you have questions. And, of course, we'll give you all of our Twitter handles
The
and stuff
more
later.
comments and the more rating these shows get from AfterBuzz gives us the ability to contact people you want to hear.
Exactly.
And you can bring them in and you can get your questions in. So in a sense, you can be able to talk to the people you want to talk to by just giving us a good, hey, love you guys on the interwebs.
And I know the Sing-Off fans have a lot of opinions.
Really?
So I know they're a rabid
I have
rabid
never come up
group.
against that.
Oh, it's true.
Well, you and your
no,
two
you haven't,
followers,
have you,
hello.
Steve? Oh my gosh.
I have never experienced that.
Oh, good
ever.
Lord. Yeah. So,
geez.
so anyway, yeah. So we appreciate the ratings and comments, and thank you for all your support. Okay, let's get into the heart of this program. The opening number with all 10 groups singing. They did a medley of Carry On, We Are Young, and Home. And just fantastic choices for the song. Great numbers to be suited to a cappella singing because there's lots of harmony, there's lots of duality going on. Did you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
I loved it.
Sorry.
I didn't. Oh, my notes are on like the actual. I thought it was great.
Okay. Yeah. The amount of work that opening must take.
Oh, good Lord.
With having to coordinate all of those people.
Yes.
And, because that is not taped. Is the opening taped?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's taped live, but, they do
they're
it
not
all
going
at
to
once.
track.
They run it all. No. It's the singing is all done live as
Singing
well.
is all done live.
Yes.
Okay.
Right, but
so
they have
that's
an
just a
opportunity.
huge amount of work
Yes.
to have them to pull that off. And they pull it off great every week. They
The
pull it off
camera
great.
moves, the choreography, bringing people in, making sure that, it's never mind getting the notes right and the timing right. Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
I do wish they would drop the name of the song at the bottom of the screen.
For the opening number?
Yeah.
Drop it meaning
So that
Just
on a
let
add it or
chyron.
not add it.
On a chyron so
Yeah.
we can see it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thought you
just
meant drop
what
it, like get rid of
because
it.
they do that when they're doing
Their individual tunes.
So it'd be
Okay.
nice to see that at the opening too.
You guys, when that opening was going on, I was writing down the names of the groups, like totally
Yeah.
forgetting that they were coming
gonna-
back. And I'm like, oh, geez. Oh, yeah. that was
Look,
so
I
good.
did it too.
I know. Look at how out of order this is, and
Hey,
I'm like, oh,
we've
they're
been out of the
actually
game for 2
performing.
years, so we got to get back in the groove.
Yeah,
but
this is really ridiculous. Don't even use those numbers.
Highlighters.
It goes 8, 10, 12, 1, or 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even look.
I know, but I don't want to have to do it again.
I'm sorry.
So a great diversity of groups.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
All over the place.
For
so
sure.
let's get into the, I mean, we could go down each group, but let's just go down them as we're going. So the first one was Vocal Rush, the high school group from Oakland, California.
Yep.
They did Bottom of the River, Delta Ray.
Yep.
Tell me your thoughts.
Well, really high energy.
Yep.
And I think they're getting a little bit of a pass because of their age.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Really?
I think so. And because of their energy. The only thing I really had is there's always someone that kind of pops out in the camera. It's definitely Mohawk Girl. I don't know what her name is.
We'll find out, I'm sure.
But the camera went back to her
Bless you, Mohawk Girl.
At least 3 times.
Oh, whoa, is she calling in right now?
No. I don't
Just
think
kidding.
so.
No, I was kidding.
I don't think so.
There's always that one person that the kind of, hey, you might have the it factor, and that seemed to be pulling her out of that. But overall, they were just like, we're here and we're in for at least 3-4 rounds.
I want to interrupt you before you talk, Kimlai. Marissa, do we have a phone number for people to call in right now?
They can call at 424-256-1633.
Okay, great, because the Sing-Off stalkers, our girls back on the East Coast, are interested in calling in. So call us in, girls.
10.
Call us. I know, they stay up late just for us.
I'm like trying to, time zones.
Yeah. Okay, so your thoughts
sorry.
on Vocal Rush?
Okay. One, I'm going to point out Ben Folds' vocabulary is off.
Yeah.
What? I don't even understand where those words come from. Like, I'm Googling stuff while he's talking.
Some of them are
Bibliopoliosis.
oh, that's, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways,
It was
Jordan.
bilabial something, which is both lips. It's bilabial something that's both lips is what that means.
It's doing the beatbox.
Sorry to break that down to you and demystify it, but
Whew, okay.
some of us are in Mensa and we know these words.
Oh my lord.
Some of us have Mensa
anyways, Jordan, the
Right.
one that was singing,
Right.
Yeah.
that was not Mohawk Girl, right?
No,
that wasn't Mohawk
she's
Girl.
a Jordan Sparks lookalike, kind of, isn't she? A little bit.
Well,
That's what she reminded me of from
why?
her
Because
from her nose up. No, she had the similar eyes and like that's who she reminded me of.
Well, I loved her voice.
Yes,
I don't think at all that they're getting a pass because they're younger. I think they're definitely in it. I thought that they were good, and I mean to be that
were.
age and be as
They-
good as they are so far.
They were.
Yay.
But if they went up in like the 4th round of the second half or later
okay.
on, I
Okay.
think the judges probably would have been a little bit harder on them. They were the first one up and they had excellent energy and they were young. And what I'm just saying,
But there's
that
a reason they put them there.
yeah, that's
mean,
one thing.
They're placed where they're placed for a reason.
Here's a discussion, and we have to make sure that we stay on topic because we're
Okay,
real
you're
limited
right.
on time tonight. But this is a discussion that Steve and I had a little bit, which was we don't know what order they were taped in. Versus the order that they were aired in. So it wasn't necessarily true that Vocal Rush was the first group that any of them saw.
Right.
So that's a consideration. They obviously were so good that that's where they were in the lineup. And you also know the last group is going to be either a train wreck or an amazing, usually amazing. So so that's how that goes. The things that I loved about Vocal Rush were I thought their energy was great. It didn't matter to me that they were high school students, except like you say, I think maybe let's give them a little bit of a plus because they don't have the value of experience yet. But I loved that they did the stomping within because that added a whole extra element.
That feel
and
love.
the gospel feel of that open I thought was fantastic. I mean, their arrangement was just amazing. I was so blown away with that. And Sean talking about the dynamics and the swell, that's one of those things that just gets me. Committed from season 2 had that down and it gave me chills every time. I thought they were just fantastic. And I really liked the notes that
they absolutely
Joel
earned,
gave.
they absolutely earned that thing. But I agree with you, we can't take too much time because we've got a hard...
Okay.
Well, that just took time.
I know. Sorry.
Thanks,
Okay.
Steve.
Okay. So next we're going to go on to Home Free. They were the 5 guys from where were they from? Minnesota or
Minnesota.
Somewhere in
Minneapolis.
a country town.
Yeah,
Minnesota.
from Norwegian country. They sang Cruise from Florida Georgia Line. Thoughts? people?
Goosebumps. And I'm like, loved this. It's like they had such an amazingly huge sound. There's
for only 5
of
guys.
them.
Yep.
You know, and it's like it was huge. Their sound was so big. It gave me goosebumps.
I loved the snare drum. It sounded absolutely like a snare drum, and that was the one. Maybe it was more isolated in the song than others, but I loved that, and I thought the song in general was very, very good. You had some thoughts.
I think
Steve.
going on, they have to be aware that the genre that they're in, country, it may limit them in their creativity in taking a song and really breaking it out. I thought it was an amazing duplication, but they're going to need more than that later on. They're going to need to be really creative,
right?
And I'm not sure that country, the way you think country, allows you,
has a broad enough sort of appeal.
Yeah. So it might be something to watch.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about, I got a note from a Twitter follower, Jasper Pants, about Sean Stockman's comment that country music was the white man's R&B.
Yeah.
And Jasper Pants had said to me,
truck mentions in there.
Yeah, exactly, with a few truck mentions.
My pickup truck.
And what this fan said was, that was really a politically incorrect statement to make, because what if Ben had said that R&B was the white man's country? It would cause an uproar. Steve, you have a thought about that, don't you?
I think it falls right under the Redskins argument.
Yes.
Which is, you replace red with any other color and you have a problem.
And it doesn't work. Right.
So I kind of agree with that. I think, if you're on a national show, you have to have a little bit more of a filter.
Right.
And, just, dude, anytime you're thinking that, just swap it out and see how that sounds.
Well, and the thing is that what I was thinking is he wasn't making that a race comment. He was making it a culture comment.
Absolutely.
And it does follow, but I could see, like you say, with the Redskins, people being upset about that and being, figuring that's an unkind thing to say.
Do you feel, though, like he was kind of complimenting?
Yes.
I mean, I felt it was
absolutely
backhanded,
he was.
not intentionally race comment.
Right. No,
Compliment.
I think I absolutely think he meant it as a compliment. Yeah.
But there is an awareness now that, it has to swing both ways.
Right.
Hashtag no filter. Anyways.
Okay, next we had the Princeton Footnotes, who did I Knew You Were Trouble, the Taylor Swift song. Tay-Tay and I have gone shopping together, I just want to say. Not really.
Excuse me?
No, I'll tell you that story later, but...
Not now,
with
because we only have
Chef
45 minutes.
Fabio?
Yeah, with Fabio.
Okay, let's go.
My friend. Okay, here's the thing. They did their whole video package, which we love the packages. We love to watch them learn these people. But, their words were completely opposite of what was being conveyed in the package. They're going, we're not the typical Ivy League group. Boy, we don't do things the way other a cappella groups. And they're singing Na Na Hey Hey, which my a cappella group sang really about a zillion times. Yeah. So, I mean, for them to say that they're not the typical group, I think was absolutely incorrect.
No, I think those packages can really help make or break you. And I don't think they have any control over the editing.
See, I don't either.
I don't think they're even,
don't.
I'm curious to know whether they're even consulted on, what do you want your package to look like?
I bet you they don't have anything to do with
control over that.
That was not a good package.
No, it wasn't.
But it did kind of set up for the end result, which was a kind of banal wall of sound.
Nana, hey, hey, goodbye.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because that's pretty much how that song goes.
But there was no, bye-bye. For me, there was no there was no oh my God, that is the moment.
Well, the comparison that we can make with them is Dartmouth Airs from last season, who came in second place, right? Remember Michael and the Dartmouth Airs? We talked to them on the red carpet. We had lovely conversations with them about Thanksgiving and how they missed the snow. They were very cute boys. But the thing for me with the college groups is they're less a cappella specifically and more choral generally. Right. And so a lot of times it's a bunch of guys standing behind doing backup for a lead, and it's very traditional. And they did nothing to change that impression, in my view. Do you guys agree with that? I mean, I thought they were terrific.
I didn't think they were terrific, but
you didn't?
No, you know what? It reminded me of Glee.
Yes.
I just was like, wow, their whole that nerd image, not in a bad way, but they were like the package. Because we're not these typical, and it was like, oh, yes, they are. The classically trained
matching blazers. And,
I wasn't. I think sometimes it's so hard, especially when you are professionally trained, to break out of that,
right?
And just feel, and it just. I don't know. I was amazed at the rendition, the recreation of the Taylor Swift.
Yes.
I would have never thought
that they could do it.
do that song.
Yeah.
The other problem with big groups is you run the risk of looking like another opening. Because you have so many guys.
Oh, right.
And you have to do so many different moves that it's kind of like, and we're doing another opening, but it's not as big and grand. And,
right.
there's a lot not going for you when you go in with a big group.
Right.
And what you're saying, too, is it's just there's a lot to do. And if you don't cover your bases, it really shows.
Right. And there are those challenges of how do we make this, group of 25 guys in red pants not look like 25 guys in red pants. How do we make them look like individuals? How do we make them interesting? And,
But a group did pull that off.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. So they were kind of only good overall. So next we had Calle Sol from Puerto Rico, 4 women, 2 guys. They sang
the Rihanna song.
Right, Pon de Replay by Rihanna. And the girls were dancers. Just interesting side note. I would like to say probably that you get deported, or not deported, what is it called? Like sent out, away. Do you get... Deported isn't the right word, but exiled or something if you're not a dancer and you live in Puerto Rico.
Where was
right?
This going?
I know. I was about to be the major politically incorrect because
right after that discussion,
it's all about the moves.
Well, not being a dancer, were they dancing well?
Yes,
I thought they were.
Okay.
You know what I wrote down? They were spicy.
Yes,
they were spicy. I didn't feel like they necessarily were up to par with all the other groups,
right?
Even the young ones, the Vocal Rush.
Yep.
And it's like they didn't really come alive until, in my opinion, until like that bass when they. Oh gosh, I don't know. It was, maybe like 45 seconds into the song when the 2 guys really started doing the percussion parts and the girls were able to let loose.
Right.
Yeah.
Then they came alive.
Right.
Came alive as dancers.
Yeah,
not
but
necessarily.
But for me, that was the moment where I don't think they covered it, because when they did that breakdown into rhythm, I think the girls should have had twice that energy.
Right.
Because
Gotcha.
everything kind of dropped there because there wasn't that fill-in of these guys are doing this, now what are you going to do to top it?
Right.
So, and they do have some mechanical problems as far as structuring their song. There's too many pauses. They're all on the same melody.
So you're talking the arrangement specifically, not so much the performance.
So they're going to have to figure out how to make those, because basically it's just the 3 girls, right?
4
girls.
4 girls and 2 guys.
Okay, but the guys are doing the beatbox.
Yep.
Right? Okay, so that means those girls are going to need to figure out how to fill the rest of that in, which means getting off
with their mouth and not their body.
And getting off going on to tandem melodies and switching it up and making it sound fuller, which is what they didn't do.
That was my thing. I wanted more bass, and I felt it was pretty, but it left me wanting.
Yeah.
And even Ben said, stay full in the sound, and that was the big criticism was that they didn't do that. But Jewel pointed out a couple of interesting things, and that was the woodblock and the cowbell sound from their percussionists, which were very different and very interesting sounds.
Right.
But I did.
It's not enough. I don't think it's enough. I think that they're going to really have to pull some stuff out.
Well, I'd like to see
later.
I would like to see them pull some stuff from like heritage or ethnicity.
You got it. Ethnicity.
God, I love doing that on camera.
Yeah. It's all right. That's why we're here.
To make that more of their signature look and sound. I think that would serve them well.
Right. Right. And
let's not use any more big words.
Well, seriously. And the thing is as much as the dancing really is beautiful and great showmanship, this is a show about singing. So it's got to sound good, first of all.
But later on, they're going to need that, because later on, they're going to have more time to do with some stuff.
Absolutely.
And
Marissa,
by later on, we need next week.
Exactly. Marissa, can you give us the phone number again?
It is 424-256-1633.
256. Okay.
You can see it at the bottom of the screen.
256.
Okay, great.
Wow, I was nowhere close.
Okay, so then we had Street Corner Renaissance. They were the doo-wop guys from LA. They were I just forgot it. The North Shore. Remember the North Shore from last season from Boston? They were kind of that.
I feel like you have to have certain groups in.
Well, you do.
To
the
cover
thing
your
is that
bases
doo-wop is one of the originators of a cappella, so it does have to be represented.
Yeah.
Were you not impressed? They sang "That's What Makes You Beautiful," the One Direction song, which was kind of hilarious. That these older men of color singing the One Direction, 12-year-old white
I thought it was
British.
I thought it was a genius choice.
Yeah.
Because everybody considers this a cappella.
Right.
The doo-wop and everything. And for them to go, yeah, it is traditional, and here's what we can do with it. So if they're able to be creative enough with that and not have every song sound like that,
Right.
then they've got some legs in this. But as soon as they start sounding like, hey, didn't we hear that last week?
Absolutely. They're
gonna-
going to have to mix it up. Well, and Jules said, my comment was it could be tighter. And Jules' note was, it's not about being tight harmonies. It's about, testifying.
That style, yes.
Right, exactly. And one of the guys said, we old school, so we do some preaching, which I just thought was really funny. And talk about owning your genre. They did it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I just put old school, old guys, good old acapella. I was like, wow, that's all I got.
Pretty much.
Which is their tagline, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we have a caller. Who has called us?
Hello.
Hi, how are you? Who is this?
Hi. It's Amanda. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Amanda. How are you?
Long
We've
time no
missed you.
chat.
Have you missed us?
Yeah, I missed you guys. It's been 2 years. I can't believe it.
It's been ridiculous.
And you haven't invited us over once.
Not once. What have you got to say about tonight or last night's show?
Well, just quickly off of stuff that you said already.
Yes.
Quick summary.
Be
Cali
nice.
Soul, that was the dancers, right?
Yes.
See, I thought, doing all the research before the show started, I actually thought they would be one of the first groups off because I could tell that their singing wasn't quite up to par with everyone else's.
Okay.
And I thought their dancing was good, but I think it's almost a little gimmicky.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I think that's almost what pushed them ahead. I think if they were in the second half of eliminations and they were against the footnotes, it might have been a closer call of who was going home.
Yep. Okay.
Which the gimmicky thing is interesting because that's the same problem Street Corner Renaissance is going to have, as far as
With their genre and
with
their
which
jam.
They can really be very gimmicky. So.
What else have you got
and
for
I
us, Amanda?
Yeah, I think they'll run into a similar problem that the other sort of older doo-wop groups have, run into in the other seasons, which is
Yep.
just, they'll run out of things to do.
Yep.
I think they'll go far, but I don't think they'll make top 4 or anything. But I do think I obviously have a big respect for what they do. I think they're amazing.
Agreed.
Absolutely, yeah.
Agreed.
We agreed.
What?
And then,
We agree.
yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I'll go ahead. So, I was at the store.
Stop, Steve.
Well,
And then, I don't know, overall, I think there were some really amazing groups last night. Even, I know Voice Play was in the bottom, but some of their stuff I've seen on YouTube is pretty phenomenal.
Yes. Voice play. I don't know if you
Voice
could
play.
hear her say that. Steve.
Yes.
Okay.
But I have to agree with you. I'm surprised Calais Soleil. I know that's not how you really say it.
Calais
but-
Soul.
Yeah. I'm surprised they're still in it.
Well,
It just wasn't a fave, so I totally agree with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
well,
They'll probably
but
be
it,
next
but it,
week, I
you know,
think.
it was the
Or
first.
tomorrow.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
They'll
think they'll be
probably
out tomorrow.
eliminated soon. She's saying.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, the first show up, honestly, half of what we saw we know isn't going to make it, but
Right.
you really do have to kind of pick. And again, the first show up, this is also a television show.
Yep.
It's not strictly competition, so they are going to make decisions kind of based on we got 2 of these.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Amanda, do you have any big picks for who you think is going to be? Let's say who you think is going to be in the top 4.
Top 4. I definitely think Voice Play. I don't think it really showed last night, but if you see they have a Daft Punk cover on YouTube, it's really very amazing.
Yep.
So I think them. I think 10 has a lot of potential.
Okay.
I think it's crazy that they were kind of put together last minute, but if you think about it, so was Pentatonics. They kind of brought
Yes,
in
they
Ozzy
were.
and Kevin
Yes,
pretty
they
last
were.
minute.
That's true.
And then I think Home Free is going to run into some issues along the way, but I still think they might make top 4.
Oh,
Really?
interesting.
You think they're in for the run, huh?
Interesting.
I think they'll have a
yes.
setback or two, but I think they'll get saved if they're ever in the bottom.
Okay. And do you have a 4th one?
And the 4th?
Oh, don't forget the Asian people. Come on, Amanda.
Philharmonic.
Yay! The voice of God, girl. The voice of God.
You don't see acoustic cats go in the distance.
Wow.
Because I got it. Well, we're not there yet.
These are her
I'm not
opinions,
so
her
sure.
top 4.
Listen, Amanda, we're really limited on our time tonight, so we have to get through the other half of the show. Do you have anything else you want to share with us that's big and groundbreaking as far as your opinions on tonight's show, or do you want to call us another show and give us more info?
I guess just one more really quick thing.
Yeah.
How much I love the high school group.
Yes.
Vocal Rush.
Yes.
Jeez, how there's never been a high school group that good before.
Never. Not even close.
They got attitude. They know. They're good.
Not even close. They were fantastic. Yeah. Well, we're super happy that we're all still Twitter friends and that you called us tonight. We will definitely be keeping in touch with you. You keep in touch with us, and maybe we will talk to you next episode, which actually we're going to be recapping on Friday. So we will possibly talk on Friday. If not, we will definitely be in touch with you via Twitter, okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, miss. Thanks for calling.
Have a good night.
Bye. Go to bed. It's late.
Good night, guys.
Amanda. Go,
Come on.
Amanda. Love it.
Okay.
Oh, we're
so
going to speed
6.
race through the
Yep,
rest
we're
of
on
this.
6.
yeah, we've really got to
Right?
get going. Okay, so next we had 10, which was the group from Dallas, the professional singers that all did background stuff. They sang, "Tell me something good." Okay, Steve, you and I had
How
things
do
to
you
say.
miss the drop in that song? You do that breathing thing, which was the hook of that
Tell
song.
me something good.
And you keep it going. And they didn't do it. And here's my thing on that.
They didn't do it?
They
didn't
did
do
not.
it.
Okay, good. I'm with
do
you guys
it.
then.
Tens, what I came away with was, you are all really amazing singers. Good for you. But I felt it was ego over material.
Yes.
I thought everybody wanted to have their voice heard. And sometimes you should know this better than anybody. You have to be the backup singer. You have to bring it back. And you have to look at the song. And they didn't do that.
Who doesn't rehearse? Who for the first time goes, oh, we're going to go do our, because we're all individual professional singers.
And we got
backup
this.
singers that, wow, I don't know, that means you don't have to rehearse together at least one time to gel with each other.
Right.
And the judges even said that.
Right.
It's
Absolutely.
Like, come on.
Right.
I really thought they were going to be in the bottom. I thought they were going to have to go up against,
They obviously can sing.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we'll
but
just
I mean,
see.
that's not the only thing about this show. I mean, for me, I was just like, meh. And the fact that they did not do that song justice, it's such an iconic song with such iconic sounds in it. Just it kind of doubled their fail.
I feel
for
like
me.
they went in with egos. Too big of egos.
Maybe, or maybe it was just maybe it
professionals,
wasn't egos, but just lack of experience together. But
Right.
it didn't work. I think is the bottom line of it.
Correct. Absolutely correct. Did
They're
not
going to
work.
need to adjust something because they got a lot of notes from the judges.
Yep.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Okay, so next we had Element, which were all women from New York. They sang "Burn" by Ellie Goulding.
The whole Catching Fire intro with the little...
Right.
Yeah.
I felt it was pretty, but too simple, and I liked their dresses, which is a terrible
Oh my
thing to
goodness.
say.
They all looked alike.
I'll get in trouble for this.
Do it, Steve. Come on, we
What are you
count
gonna
on
say?
you.
My note is it was a slumber party sing-along. Because it's really what it sounded like.
I didn't.
I mean, I don't agree with you. I thought it was pretty. I just thought
Pretty
it wasn't.
isn't gonna win. Pretty.
It was not a competitive song.
No.
I go back to if I'm paying $50 to sit in this chair.
Yep.
They bet
What
I'll
are you
sit on my.
going
No, I'm
to?
just
What are you going to do to keep me
gonna get you in
interested?
trouble.
Right.
And they didn't do anything to keep me interested. That
Right.
would have been a beer run and a hot dog run.
I liked the sparkly dresses. Remember how much we loved the sparkly eyeshadow last season?
Oh my gosh, that was like a thing. That was
Yes.
unreal.
It was a thing.
I like the
You
fire.
guys.
What?
Oh, I just, you know what? Okay, I know that you got to have your older group. You have to have this group. You have to have your all-girl group.
Everybody
And-
has to be represented.
And you know what? I just think Jewel made the comment when judging them that that a female's vocal range is so limited.
Yes.
And so I just don't think they are ever, from now till the very end or however long they make it for, are ever going to have as full of sound.
No, it's not
as
possible.
even the 5 dudes that I love
Right.
so much. Home free.
Yeah,
as them.
But they
It's-
can. They can, but they don't.
They're
I
too
don't
weak.
think-
They
They're
can't
vocally
sing
too weak.
bass.
They're
Well,
too weak.
Girls
I
can't
know,
sing bass.
Not
but
like weak,
that doesn't
but-
mean that they can't have dynamics, and it doesn't mean that they can't have a full sound, which is also their problem. They didn't have the
It's a
dynamics.
problem.
But guys can sing falsetto to
Because
hit the
guys
kind
rule.
of.
Oh, Lord. Okay,
Oh my
Tamara.
God, we are so late on time.
You drool. Okay, next we have
Wow.
voice play from Orlando, Florida, who sang "Feel This Moment" with Honey, that crazy redheaded.
I like her.
Yeah.
She wasn't crazy redhead with the crazy redheaded hair.
Yeah.
Big red hair.
I felt like the arrangement was incredibly complex. That fall at the end always gets me every single time, and it was amazing when they broke it down. It was like, what? Thoughts?
Love, I'll take it, Steve. Love them. Women rule. They remind me of Pentatonic.
They did.
So
Okay.
it was just the amount. What was there, 5?
There was
there
five.
five?
Pentatonics, yeah.
And this
Oh,
voice play.
these guys. I don't remember.
I don't know. It just reminded me.
I think there's
There was
6.
few. There was just a few of them. Not like
Yes.
there wasn't 20 some.
Yeah.
No, there's 6. There was 5 guys.
Five
and then
guys
they added
and
the girl.
Honey. That's
Okay.
right. 6.
It just reminded me of them. I liked them. I was very
I think-
surprised that they were.
I
end.
didn't agree with the critic that they got, the critique that they got. I think that the beginning they did legitimate so that they had somewhere to go. And they were saying that the beginning was all over the place and they didn't have it really lined. And I'm like, well, no, I don't. I think what they were doing was, we're going to take this somewhere. Give us this beginning. You're going to dig what we do with it.
Right.
Yep.
And that critique could have been flipped had they come out crazy. It would have been, it took us a little while to get where you were going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I didn't agree with that at all, and I was really surprised to see them have to do a sing-off.
Yeah. Yeah, me
Not
too.
that they did.
Me too. I was surprised too. Okay, so then we had Kimlai. Would you like to talk about the Philharmonic, the Los Angeles
It's an Asian boy.
Filipino boys?
The boy of the boat.
They sang "Treasure" by Bruno Mars,
Okay, you know what? They definitely did not lack personality.
right?
I like them. I thought they were fun to watch. I don't know how far they'll go.
Yeah, because they're so like poppy.
They're
Yeah.
just so fun.
Right.
But I mean, they did talk about, again, in the package, about how their parents are first generation. And so they've got that work ethic of hard work. So, you know what? Maybe this first time through, it is to show the fun. They made it through this first round. They're fun. That one big one has like the voice of God, which I didn't really think he did, but
Right.
it was good. But I didn't think it was like, whoa. So maybe the next time, I mean, it would be amazing to really see that work ethic the next time. Like,
Yeah.
not so much fun, but really hear the dynamic. Like, just
Well, remember
wow.
that this episode, what they
Any
were
that make
doing was a
sense?
signature song. So this
Right.
was the song where they show, what they normally do. They're going to get a chance to break out of their shells as they
Yes.
go on. I mean, I liked it. It was very boy band. It was very sweet.
Boy band, love that. Yeah.
The Acousticats singing Blurred Lines from the University of Kentucky. Do you want to talk about that? Okay. So really quickly, I had just been reading things, not actually, seeing video, and they were the Acousticats from the UK. And I was like, oh my
UK.
God, that's crazy. They're from the UK? and then Steve and I are watching, and I was like, I thought they were from the UK. And
No,
he goes,
you start saying, I thought they were British. I
I
thought
thought they were British. No, they're from the University of Kentucky. Talk about making me feel stupid.
Oh,
Same word.
my
I'm
Same
such an
goodness.
Anglophile. I just made the assumption. They don't have British accents. That's so
God,
weird.
that's so weird. They cover it well for the show.
The twerk move was hilarious.
gosh.
The arrangement was great. It's a fantastic song. But when
Right.
they sped the tempo up to double time in the second half, which Ben criticized, he said that they were rushing it. I just thought it was fantastic. Yes?
No,
You felt it was rushed.
I thought it was very rushed. I did not. I don't know the tall black guy's name that started it out. That started.
Yeah, I
the
don't
scene.
remember either. I didn't write it down.
I-
But he was reminiscent of Michael from the Dartmouth Airs to me.
I did not like that opening with him starting. I thought
So
it was
it's just a personal thing. I think they're going to be in there for a long haul. I thought they did everything just right. They did have good energy. Their arrangement was good.
yeah.
Everyone was full. They were bringing different people up, letting people shine, and it
were.
wasn't a second opening feel. It was
Right.
This is just us doing our thing.
This is our thing, and this is our jam. Yeah.
and we have a lot of this, and you're going to see a lot of this. So
I
I
thought-
think they're in for it.
I thought they were absolutely fantastic, and as of right now, they are my favorite. They are absolutely my favorite. So we're going to move on. I'm trying to read my notes. So we had the Princeton footnotes and voice play in the Ultimate Sing-Off.
Yeah.
How much fun was it to see
Oh,
this
that was
Ultimate
fun.
Sing-Off?
That
Wasn't
was
this
cool.
great?
yeah. I really liked
I
it.
wish they had that last year.
Super, super fun. And, you can see them rehearsing. The Princeton guys had the somersault in the middle, which was very showy and very, playful.
But here's the thing: they're going to have to come up with each group is going to have to come up with a version of that, a new version. I'm assuming they're not going to keep doing bye, right?
Right. No, I assume.
So every
not.
week they have to learn this extra song with all of the moves and everything.
But they had to do that. They had to do that before they had to have a swan
by
song
themselves.
That's true.
Now they have to do the whole thing.
No, you don't. You only have to learn half a song now. Because you're going to be singing it against someone else.
So silly.
Great episode. Okay, so let's talk quickly, Marissa. Can we do the red carpet thing? The AfterBuzz for The Voice visited the red carpet. The judges for the Sing-Off were there, and we, our folks from AfterBuzz, were able to interview the judges, and so we've got a little bit of that video here.
Hey, AfterBuzz, I am here with the host and judges of NBC's new singing competition in its 4th season, The Sing-Off. Now, in the past seasons, you guys have had a really diverse show, from age range to all different types of music. What can we expect this season?
I'll let Nick take that one.
Well, I think it's absolutely more of the same. I mean, we really pride ourselves on celebrating a cappella music, but the great thing about a cappella is it's not one type of music, or it's not specific to one age range or one demographic or one social background. It's for everybody.
We have a high school group. We have a country group this time. We have some of our contestants are 70 years old that are more from the doo-wop era of a cappella. There's college frat groups, so it's pretty amazing.
That's great. Any favorites so far?
They can't say.
But we cannot divulge that information right now.
Favorite.
We have to stay professional judges that we are. And
this is the first season that I haven't known who was going to win.
Wow.
For the first ones, it was kind of like that might not be they're going to win, But this time, I have no idea.
Yeah. Very true.
Really.
That's really cool. And now 2 of you guys were in groups.
Max Factor 1.
And you, Max Factor. And you guys were both in groups, and you guys used to do some a cappella in there.
Yeah.
And when you judge the show and when you're hosting, do you guys want to jump up on stage and join them? Are you doing that at all this season?
We did a little a cappella number where the 4 of us worked a little something out. So you'll have to check in to see it.
Being artists, you kind of have that itch when you do see someone singing really, really good. You want to jump up there and join them. So, that's just part of just the energy of being an artist. But yeah, we actually put something together for the show that later on in the season you will see. So you just got to check it out.
We just have to wait?
Yes.
Sadly. All right. Yes. Well, we will tune in and wait. You have the most fun job on the Sing-Off. You don't have to judge at all. You just get to meet everyone and be their friends and
look cute.
And look cute, yeah.
He's back there with the contestants going, they don't know what they're talking about.
He's got to send them home, though. And he's very classy about that.
Us. He's got cooler no, he doesn't wear ties. He has cooler belts.
He goes commando.
Walk away.
Walk away. Keep it going. Well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
So on AfterBuzz, we do a Buzz Ya Later. And you guys, would you sing it for us?
Oh my God.
Do a little, I would love it.
Yeah.
Win.
What are we doing?
Just a Buzz Ya Later. You can do it. You guys can get in close if you want to.
Buzz ya.
Buzz Ya. Thank you.
Hey, that was awesome. That was really fun.
We're not doing that.
No, we're not. That was fun to see, though.
Wow.
Okay, so let's talk some predictions, shall we?
Sure.
Okay.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV prediction.
Can you give me your top 4?
My top 4 is Vocal Rush,
Yeah.
the kids, Acousticats.
Yep.
I think Philharmonics does hold on to it.
Yep.
And I think actually if Calais Soleil or whatever, if they get it together, I think they're probably going to be in there.
Okay. Kimlai?
Definitely the Philharmonic.
Okay.
Come on.
What you?
Definitely.
You'd probably get hate mail if you didn't say that, right?
Right.
Okay.
Home Free.
Okay.
Huge country fan. I just telling you, they're in it to win it.
You have a Nashville area code, I know. That, so.
I definitely think. Okay, they're done. Voice Play.
Yep.
And.
Wow. I'm so sorry. We don't have any more time.
Acousticats.
I'm going to say Vocal Rush, Philharmonic, and Acousticats are going to be the top 3. I'm not sure about the 4th one. I'm going to say Home for Your Voice Play. I'm going to predict right now Acousticats are going to win. This is my prediction.
Really?
Holla,
Okay,
gentlemen.
home free.
Acoustic, call me. Don't really. You can tweet me, though. Steve, give us your Twitter handle.
Stephen Bottomley at Twitter.
No, it's not. It's Bottomley Steven
Cool.
on Twitter. Kimlai.
Whoever follows you, whoever his 3rd follower is, will get a
exactly.
We'll get a prize.
Right.
You can follow me at Kimlai Yingling.
Do you want to spell it?
KIMLAIYINGLING.
We are so running out of time that we hardly even have time for me to say. You can find me at Tamara Berg, TamaraBerg on Twitter. Also, my website is tamaracentral.com. We are so happy you're back with us on the Sing-Off. We are going to see you next show. Thanks, everybody. Tell us what your thoughts are, and we will see you then. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.